And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. Day 3 of Rivalry Week. As I welcome in my Gamecock co-host, the best Gamecock co-host, the best Gamecock YouTuber on the planet, who will be appearing live with me on Friday night at Callaway's Bar and Grill in West Columbia, Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
Not too much, Rob. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
I am doing, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I've had some. The reason we're a little bit late is because it's fucking Animal Kingdom at my house. My deaf dog decided he was going to fuck with one of my older cats. My older cat beat the shit out of him. So I go to put the deaf dog outside. He didn't really beat shit. He just kind of popped me on his snout. But I go to put him outside, and I forgot that the stray dog that we rescued that wants to fight everybody is outside. So I have to go outside and get the stray dog so that he doesn't attack the deaf dog. And then get the stray dog in the house so I can put him in his kennel. And then put the deaf dog outside. Then I'm going to make sure the cat's doing what they need to be doing. And it's all over the fucking place. So it literally is Animal Kingdom here. So, yeah. There's
so who has the kennel? Is that the stray dog or the deaf dog?
The stray dog we have a kennel set up for him. During the day, we let him roam in the yard. And then at night, we kind of rotate him in and out and, throughout the day or whatever. But he has his own kennel, and he sleeps in his kennel.
Sounds complicated.
It is complicated. I mean, I wish it were a little different, but hey, it's what I got. Anyway, welcome to the program. Are you having a good evening, sir? Are you ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Yeah. As ready as I'm going to be, I guess. I'm not having to cook anything, so.
So, all right, what's on the menu at the Hall house tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm going to my mom's house. We're going over there, so I don't know what she's going to do. She said she wasn't going to cook a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. She cooks chicken, like she'll probably do some kind of party chicken or something and have some vegetables and sides. It's just going to be a small affair.
A small affair with the family. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So the wife, we just got done putting our turkey in the brine. I helped the wife with that. And then put my son has a Christmas tree that's in his bedroom.
You see this? Oh, look at this. Yeah. Look at this. She's trying to get my ear.
I was trying to get, now she's wrapped around you. That's pretty funny. That's Wheezy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's what we got
going
on.
You're putting turkey in brine? Are you?
Yeah, it's a brine. Yeah, it's a brine that we put it in the brine. It soaks in the brine overnight, and then the wife gets it out and then cooks it tomorrow.
Ziggy.
So that's what we did. Jerry says Jackpot seems like a guy that would ruin a black tie affair. I don't think that would happen.
What do you mean by that? Ziggy.
That's what Jerry says. He says you would ruin a black tie affair. I think Jackpot could put on the old tuxedo and he would be fine. So,
yeah, don't really too many black tie affairs. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, a couple things. The live show's coming up on Friday. Thanks to Jimmy. If you look at the Rob and Kale Facebook page, he donated some items. It's like these big iron cutout stuff for South Carolina and Clemson. You guys can bid on those if you want. Also,
what is it?
I'll show them to you. How about that? Let's just look at them from right here. Thanks to our buddy Jimmy, who is jacked up that jackpot is coming. I mean, the Callaway's folks love some jackpot.
Is that? Oh Lord, I know who that is.
Who's Jimmy? And Jimmy. All right, hold on. I'm bringing it up right now. Bear with me a second. But anyway, so the live show's coming up on Friday. It's going to be a good time. Golden Tee tournament starts 11:30 in the morning. Jackpot will get there sometime that evening. And then we'll go from there. Let's see here. See if I can show these. All right. All right. So here are the items here. We want to let folks see these. All right. There we go. Okay, yeah. So this is the Clemson one. There you go. It's like a metal cutout, like you would hang that on your wall, Jackpot. That's pretty cool, right?
It looks like a pile of shit. Moving on.
See that? Okay, well, there's the game.
That's classy.
The crescent tree.
No, that's a palmetto tree. That's not, in fact, a crescent tree. There's no such thing as a crescent tree. What is that?
Yes, I know. That is an OGO backpack. No, it's a backpack. You can put your computer and everything in it, and Jimmy's company will embroider, if you want the Gamecock logo on it or the Clemson logo, whatever one you want, they'll put the logo on there for you. It's like a really, really cool backpack. So we also have an Arctic cooler, one of those big Arctic coolers that people want for like tailgates and shit like that. We got one of those. So live auction items, if you still want to get involved, have at it. If you still want to support the live show and you cannot come, first of all, we'd love everybody to come to the show. But if you can't come to the show, the link is in the description, okay? Someone messaged me if you could send super chats for it. Not to dog the super chats, because we appreciate whatever, but it takes half the money for super chats, to be honest. So instead of doing that, I put the link in there.
Yeah.
Where
you don't really make a lot of money off those.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is just to the links that are in the link that's in the show description, and we're going to help out the Children's Recovery Center. So there you go. All right, Jackpot. What do you want to talk about this evening, man? I mean, we're not going to do our picks tonight. We're saving those for Friday.
Yeah, no, we can't really pick our games yet, but we can talk about some of these games that are taking place on Friday, if you'd like, and then kind of
we can do that.
Kind of graduate into Saturday's games. We can still talk about these games.
All right, so I forgot this. Big Barney Ross sent us a bottle of Traveler whiskey. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you to Big Barney Ross. Helps out. Rob has an SEC bias. We've got this stuff set up. It's going to go to my Venmo account, and I try to send another one for it. It just ends up, it's just too much fuckery. So, yeah. Jerry says he wants to hear our take on Mac getting fired. We kind of talked about that the other night. From what I've heard, Big Barney Ross wants Mac Brown to come to Kentucky. That's what I heard. I don't know. But
wants him to come to Kentucky to do what?
Coach football.
Okay. I don't see that happening. So I mean, that it just seems to me like that seems to me with the way that happened and when it happened that he basically told them when he was coming back next year, I guess, after they probably talked to him and told him we needed to go on ahead and make a change and part ways. And, would you go on ahead and retire or do this the right and respectful way? And I guess he gave him a big, one of these. And so they had no choice but to can him. Kind of weird, too. Kind of weird that he's coaching the last game as well.
Big Barney Ross says Mac Brown is coming to Kentucky. Our team will now be known as a Kentucky Hot Brown. Very good.
That's a good sandwich. Have you what? I mean, I know that there have been coaches before that coached after they got fired, but I can't remember exactly who that would have been or when.
That coaches that have gotten fired, and what do you mean by that, buddy?
That coaches that got fired and then coached one more game.
Yeah, well, that was what happened with Tommy West. Remember, we knew he was going to get fired, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Jackpot, but we kind of knew he was going. And then he still coached the last South Carolina game, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that.
That's been so long ago. I know they wasn't going to a bowl game.
Yeah, they were shitty that year.
Yeah. What was that? 19? What was that? 98?
Yeah. There you go. Perfect example. Thank you. Let's give him credit. North of Knox, Ed O at LSU. Exactly right. That's a perfect example, Jackpot. We knew he was going to be gone, and then that was it. So somebody asked us to go over the CFP top 25. We can do that too. Let's look at the new rankings here. CFP rankings. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to give Peg and Megan credit for this. I don't like the college football playoff rankings the way that they are now. And people are like, wait a minute, Rob, why is that? Because let's just look at it from just this one perspective, and Peg and Megan sent me this, so we'll give him credit for it. If Clemson decided, hey, we're going to play Georgia State the first game of the year instead of Georgia, okay, and they blow them out, I think Clemson would be ranked higher than where they are. Does that make sense, Jackpot? I mean, with the way that they've done these rankings, I mean, it's just silly on top of silly. I don't like them, and it's going to be.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how much they're specifically valuing the wins and losses, but because you got like Tennessee is ranked ahead of a couple of one-loss teams. So maybe, I mean, I can get that. I can feel that argument. I can see it both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've already played, I mean, basically Georgia's the only team you've played. I mean, Louisville, we can make the argument for them, I guess, but I mean, if you added that and you played Georgia State instead of Georgia, then I mean, your schedule it has no strong points at all.
I know, but and not to be combative with you, but Georgia kicked the shit out of us. We lost by 5 fucking touchdowns.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a bad loss in my opinion. When you lose by 5 touchdowns, it's a bad loss. But
yeah, but you lost to a ranked team. I mean, they're in the top 12 CFP ranked team too.
So here's the rundown. Oregon's number 1. I don't have any gripes there.
Yeah.
Ohio State is number 2. Texas is number 3. Followed by Penn State. Notre Dame's at 5. What do you think of that, Jackpot? Because Notre Dame's season ends on Saturday when they play a shitty Southern Cal team, and they're basically just like, fuck it, we get an extra week off before we have to worry about anything. I have serious issues with Notre Dame being at number 5.
Well, I mean, if they didn't have the name, I mean, if they didn't have the name recognition, if they weren't who they were, they wouldn't be able to get away with that. But
number 6 is Miami. Number 7 is Georgia. I think SMU should be their loss was to BYU, who was pretty good. But Georgia's at 7, Tennessee's at 8, SMU's at 9. Indiana is at 10, Jackpot, after they got the shit kicked out of them over the weekend. Boise State's at 11. Clemson's at 12. Then it gets interesting because you've got Alabama, who, in my opinion, has 2 horrible losses. Ole Miss, who just seems to be sputtering. South Carolina, who's cresting at the time of the season when you want them to crest. And then it kind of peters out from there with Arizona State, Tulane, Iowa State, Mizzou still in the top 25 there.
Arizona State's a pretty good team.
Scatterbo, that running back, I don't want anything to do with that kid. That's a tough son of a bitch. UNLV's at 22, Illinois is at 23, K-State's at 24, Colorado is at 25.
Colorado dropped way down, didn't they? They're circling the drain.
And that loss really, I mean, Kansas got fucked them, so.
That loss really messed them up.
Justin says Vanderbilt is not a horrible loss. Oklahoma is. Justin, what I'm trying to tell you is that the loss to Tennessee, they're a ranked team. They're a ranked team, and you lost there. I don't have a problem on that one. The only issue I have is that Vanderbilt's not ranked, and Oklahoma's not either. Vanderbilt's above the Kentuckys of the world right now for this season because they've had a good year, a great year as far as Vanderbilt goes. But on the other hand, they're not the greatest team ever.
Well, the shine is wearing off of Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And what team started that? The Gamecocks.
Well, and then here's another dumb comment from Chris Knippi. But they were ranked at the time. Florida State was ranked as number 6 at the start of the season. Don't talk to me anymore. You know shit, dude. They were ranked at one time. So who gives a fuck? The way the season has come out, they're not that good. They're not in the top 25. Just because you were ranked at the top 25 and then doesn't mean that you're a top 25 team until the end of the season.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I mean, it was 2 weeks ago. I mean, Florida State was ranked 10 weeks ago.
All right. Well, you think that Vanderbilt is a top 25 team?
No.
Okay. That's all. So, anyway, let's put the link out there, Jackpot. Let's let the people join us this evening. By the way, I wanted to put something out there, too. I want to thank you guys for – I know we're going to have folks that come to this live show that come from a long way. I know you folks are going to watch whatever we're able to stream up there. And being at Thanksgiving, I am thankful for that. Jackpot and I have built a nice little audience of folks that come and talk football with us, and I am grateful for that. So thought I would put that out there. So nothing wrong with telling people you appreciate them. All right, link is going over here. There you go. Sports Talk with Tom Bailey says Vandy would win the ACC this year. No, sir. No. Nice try. There's the link if you would like to join the program.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, defensively, they're pretty solid. I mean, and they'll play keep away with anybody. So, I mean, they might struggle with some of the teams at the top of the ACC, but from I don't know who's there, who's left. I mean, from Louisville down, I think they could definitely beat those teams.
Well, that's kind of the way it is in their conference. They're top. Well, let's say they're number 7 in the SEC. This season, they're probably 7th in the conference.
Hush.
Frothy Tavern with a good question says, is this the biggest stakes of a Carolina-Clemson game ever? That's a good question. Let's think about that for a minute. Welcome Alex Jones to the show. Hello.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, I do believe that Clemson. I do believe that Vanderbilt could win the ACC this year. I think South Carolina's going to boat race Clemson this year. The ACC is just very weak. I mean, if Alabama was in the ACC this year, they'd be averaging about 60 points a game.
Alabama can't score more than 3 against Oklahoma. I'm finding that hard to
Well,
that's
the ACC.
60 in a game. Hold on, if you could score 60 points a game, you should be able to score more than 3 points against Oklahoma. I think that's a fair statement.
Well, Oklahoma is an SEC team.
Oh,
but if Alabama would have played Clemson, they probably would have scored 90 on them. Saturday night.
I hope that you're thankful for lip balm because you're going to need some to get to help treat your lips from burning it on that meth pipe.
There is no meth pipe. You don't want it like a meth head in your wife beater and your Clemson hat. Anybody that wears a Clemson hat should be.
Sir. This is
that I can agree with, sir.
Yeah,
American tank top, sir. Do you not like America?
Oh, I love America.
Okay, then don't talk about my tank top because it's about America, sir.
Anybody that wears a Clemson hat is, could test positive for meth.
Why don't you tell me about the last time?
Anybody wears a Clemson hat on their head might as well wear a little toilet paper up there.
That's fine.
Wipe your ass with.
Why don't you tell me about the last time that Alabama played Clemson and what happened there? You want to tell us about that? Because I can give you the abridged version. We helped send Nick Saban to retirement. Go watch the halftime interview where it looked like he had a fucking stroke.
You helped send him to retirement, but amazingly, he didn't retire until 5 years later.
Exactly, Jackpot. Exactly.
He was going to be there until
that makes sense.
8 years old. We helped
at least Nick Saban's brother's not a pedophile.
Cool. That's what you have for me is that you want to rip on the brother of Dabo Swinney? It wasn't Dabo Swinney touching kids, it was his brother. Maybe
Dabo makes $12 million a year, and he couldn't even lend a guy a hand to, try to rehabilitate him. Just like, whatever.
Exactly, Jackpot. Exactly.
He should have taken him in and shown him the way, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He just turned his back on him.
Exactly. Exactly right. Shane Beamer
I got to go over here and coach his football team full of worthless losers, but you're on your own, buddy.
Shane Beamer's too busy stealing playbooks. He doesn't have time to help anybody.
Shane Beamer's going to force Dabo into retirement.
Shane Beamer's in the garbage can pulling out 10 playbooks out that somebody threw away.
Yeah.
But when Shane Beamer hangs 80 on Clemson this week, don't be crying, Rob.
Hey, I tell you what, why don't we have us a little wager, okay?
What's the wager?
I'll bet you $50 that South Carolina doesn't hang 80 on Clemson. Do you want to bet me on that or not? I'll bet you right now. You say they're going to win 80. They're going to throw up 80 points, right? I got $50 right now. Do you want to bet? If not, then shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about. Either put your money up or shut up.
I think it was just a figure of speech, Rob. I wouldn't get so upset and offended.
Rob. It's just a football game.
Look here. You're already witnessing the meltdown. This is the fan base this week. This is how they're acting. It's not Rob.
Hey,
Rob is just a microcosm of the way the entire fan base is acting.
Yeah. Hey, Jackpot. I don't understand why people like Rob get so worked up over a football game.
Scared.
You told us the other night that you felt like it was freaking 9/11 with your football team. Don't come at me with that bullshit, dude.
I just don't see Rob. You shouldn't get so worked up over a football game. You don't see me and Jackpot getting worked up over football.
Sir, respectfully, I have hours and hours and hours of footage of my co-host losing his fucking shit.
I've never got worked up over football, not once.
Yeah, no.
You told a guy to get fucked with a cactus because you missed a play. You told him you were going to hit him with
it was the fucking play of the damn year. so far.
Yeah, so don't tell me you don't get riled up. I don't want to hear that shit. Come on.
I mean, hey, Jackpot, I think they should make the ACC a Division I AA conference. That's just how shitty it is this year. I mean, they shouldn't even be a Power 5 conference anymore.
Why would you try to do that to the Division I AA? I mean, why do they don't deserve that?
No. I mean, what about NIAA or whatever it's called? You think? I mean, well, we got to do something. ACC's just
about their speed.
Don't get upset with that many letters, man. It's gonna make you look bad.
I mean, even the ACC's garbage in basketball. I mean, the SEC's ruling in basketball now. I mean, it's just a garbage. Tobacco Road is a joke.
And that's a change from the norm.
Yeah. Yes, the new norm.
The new norm. Okay. Anything else?
Y'all was talking about Tommy West earlier. He was the guy at when he left the job at Memphis. He went on a rant when he got fired at Memphis, saying, "Give the next guy a chance." I guess he felt like Memphis didn't give him a chance back in 2007. It's very popular, and they're saying because of that rant, that's what helped the guy that took over for Frank Beamer. I can't think of his last name.
Fuente.
Yeah, that's what led Memphis to turn around. That rant got Memphis and the powers to be at Memphis to upgrade their facilities and crap. That's what they're saying. And then Norvell took over, and then whoever is there now.
Yeah.
I mean, so they said that really helped get them. He was instrumental. Tommy West's last season was, I think, 98, because 99 was Tommy Bowen's first year at Clemson, and they almost upset Florida State that year.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, because Clemson was hot dog water, and Florida State was making a national title run, and the game was only 14-7.
Yeah.
I mean,
Clemson played in the Peach Bowl that year, I think they played Mississippi State.
Mississippi State was pretty good back then.
Got their shit kicked down.
Yeah, Mississippi State was pretty, I mean.
That was the year Mississippi State made the SEC championship game. Not a lot of people remember that.
Yeah, 98.
The audience probably wasn't even born then, but they did make that one SEC championship game, played Tennessee.
Yeah, because see, what happened in 98 was Arkansas was undefeated. That's when Clint Stoner dropped the ball in Nashville. And then the following week, Mississippi State beat Arkansas and ended up in the championship game. And the game was...
Was it in Nashville or Knoxville?
Knoxville.
Yeah, I didn't think he fumbled in Vanderbilt. I thought it was at Tennessee.
Yeah, it was Knoxville. Excuse me.
No, I'm just trying to remember from if I were stupid because I
quit trying out like the smartest person in the room. It was in Neyland Stadium.
Yeah, Neyland Stadium. Okay. Yeah, he dropped it. I mean, he dropped it, and then Tennessee went on to win the national title that year.
What was the name of the Mississippi State quarterback? Was it Madkin? Was that his name?
Wayne Madkin, yeah. Fred Smoot was the star cornerback on defensive back plate. And then I think another corner messed up, blew a coverage late in the game, which gave Tennessee a bigger lead. And Tennessee, I think, won 23-14, but I think Mississippi State had like a 14-10 lead going into the fourth quarter or something.
I gotta bring. Let's bring Octavian in too. We'll just get everybody in at one time. Hello, Octavian.
What's going on, boss?
What do you think of Alabama, Octavian?
They're sorry as hell.
Okay.
What team's Octavian pull for?
The Florida Gators.
Florida.
Oh, Lord Jesus. The Florida Gators. When's the last time they've been relevant?
When we beat y'all ass.
When y'all beat us last? Back in 2008?
Yeah, Alabama's down back. I'm going back to the Mike DeBose days.
Mike DeBose did have a winning record versus Florida.
Yeah.
Cool.
How that turned out for you the next year?
What now?
How that turned out for you the last year he was there? He got fired.
Yeah, I mean, look at your coaches, last few coaches since Urban Meyer, how they worked out.
Yeah. Alabama's
Well,
sorry as hell.
I think that Napier's going to have to go back to the prison system to get him some, to get Florida over the top. That's probably what's going to have to happen there.
Carolina's that part, man. You wearing that Gamecock hat with a pride there today. Saturday, you're gonna be tossing that thing across the room there, man, because Clemson's gonna put 49 on you guys.
Put how much?
49 points on y'all.
Okay. Well, I mean, our last Well, you could add up the scores
Y'all
of our last
defense,
three
y'all,
opponents, and it wouldn't equal 49. But okay.
but y'all defense is suspect, man. I think
The suspect.
Clemson's gonna have yes,
What are you talking about?
man. Y'all defense is
Defense
suspect.
is ranked number 15 in the country.
South
Clemson's
Carolina's
gonna
got
run
one
the
of the
ball
best
on you.
pass rushes in the country.
Clemson's
South
gonna run the
Carolina's
ball
got a
on you.
lethal rush. South Carolina can actually finally stop the damn run. I mean, it's amazing.
Hey,
Well,
Jackpot, is Fat Orrin Anderson still on the coaching staff?
he's like an offensive line analyst. He's like a helper.
Okay. Was he the offensive line coach last year?
No,
Okay.
like 2 years ago he was. That unit's improved a lot. I mean, like the last, I don't know, 6 weeks. I mean, they've gotten a lot better than they were. They still got a ways to go, but they're getting there.
Yeah, they
What
got a
part of
way to
Florida?
go in there. And this week, they're not beating Clemson this week. That's not gonna happen.
What
Okay.
part of Florida are you from, Octavius?
I stay right here in Seminole Country.
Oh,
In the heart of
Tallahassee?
Seminole Country. Yes, I do.
Okay. I got an uncle that live over in Sneed's area, not too far from Tallahassee.
I hope to see all those Seminole fans come to the ass kicking Saturday. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
mean, it ain't gonna be much. Florida State.
are you going to the game, Octavian?
I'm tailgating. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the after party when the Gators win.
How much more longer is the Gators gonna give Billy Napier?
If he doesn't beat Miami next year, he's through.
Dang. After the first game, huh?
Big name.
That's not the, it's the second game.
Who y'all play? Who y'all open up with?
Some team from New York, some
Uh,
Long Island
Long
team.
Island. Yeah, I saw that. I looked at their schedule for next year.
darn.
Long
Yeah, I mean,
Island University. I mean,
Who the hell
they
is that?
couldn't just play Samford again.
They're carting in Long Island U to come play down in Florida. Wow.
that's the thing that kind of bothers me about Alabama. You know, the controversy up here at Alabama is we pay these money grab games like Mercer and all that. A lot of people don't understand why we don't play Troy or Jacksonville State and help out our in-state schools. Like, I got to give South Carolina and Clemson credit.
Well,
That's one.
hold on. Alabama tried to kill the UAB program at one point. I mean, that's on record in some places that they tried to kill the UAB at one point. So maybe there's some of that.
Well, that was a long time ago, and the people that bumped that ain't there no more. But no, I mean, like South Carolina and Clemson, Clemson plays the Citadel, and I think South Carolina plays Wofford, so they kind of help out their in-state schools with the money grab games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing Coastal next year.
Wow.
Oh, that would be good. And I know Florida, they played FAMU a couple years ago and FAU and stuff. So that does help them little schools out a lot.
They play South Florida next year. They played Central. Well, UCF's a Power 4 team now. It was interesting when we were coming back from the Alabama game, and I stopped with my son, and we went in that barbecue place in Leeds.
Yeah, Rusty's.
Yeah, and the lady that waited on us, got our food order and everything. She saw my stuff, and she's like, "I saw that game." She just shook her head. She's like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "I wish y'all had been able to pull it out." And I'm like, "Huh?" I was thinking, "What?" I was like, "You don't like them." She said, "Well, we don't like them." And I said, I said, "Oh, y'all Auburn people?" And she said, "No." She said, "We just don't like them." And I'm just like, "Okay." And I noticed they had UAB stuff all over their restaurant.
UAB is a part of the University of Alabama system, so I don't understand.
I don't know. They didn't like the Crimson Tide.
I read a whole story about how they tried to take Alabama Birmingham down. I read a story about that. I don't know.
You can actually read, Rob?
Do you really want to have a conversation with me about reading and writing and education, sir? I don't want to go down that road with you.
Yeah. Well, no, you shouldn't. You don't, because you being from Clemson, you know. Y'all did discover
I was born in Charleston, but okay.
well, you're a Clemson fan, but yeah, I've been to Charleston. But anyway,
This ding-a-ling over in the comment section, Justin says South Carolina playing Coastal Carolina the first game, while Clemson plays Georgia again. Okay, first of all, numbskull, South Carolina plays Virginia Tech the first game of the season next year, not Coastal. They play Coastal the week before they play Clemson. Second of all, yeah, Clemson plays Georgia again, and they also play the same bullshit ACC schedule the rest of the year, like they always do.
Wow.
So talk about weak. That's weak.
Wow.
well,
Don't be dumb in the comment section.
where y'all play Virginia Tech at?
Atlanta. It's that Sunday. It's the Sunday night game, the first during opening week.
South
Okay.
Carolina should win that game. South Carolina should win that game. Should.
Yeah, that's an interesting game because Frank Beamer was a legend up there at Virginia Tech, so that's a pretty interesting matchup.
Yeah, I don't know who they got coming back or whatever on their team. Hell, who knows who we're going to have coming back? You got nobody's talks about the transfer portal. We got that window opening up in the 1st of December. I don't know who's going to get that portal.
Which is next week. Hello.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
A question for Octavius.
Hold on, really quick here. Let me throw this out there first. Everyone that's this weekend, make sure you go and watch whatever team it is that you support, because it'll be the last time you will see that team the way that they are now. I think people are going to opt out of playoff games. We're going to have at least one or two. So go and watch them for rivalry week, or even if you don't have to play for a rivalry game this week, go and watch your team, because it's not going to be the same team that's playing after this week.
I bet you.
With the transfer portal.
I guarantee you one thing though: the Florida Gators going to lower the transfer portal this year.
Is Lagway? There's rumor that Lagway may transfer.
Lagway's not going anywhere, buddy. We paid him good money. He's on a winning team. He's on a winning team this year, and we gained some recruits, and look like we're going to load up on the transfer portal.
I think he probably would have left the Sunbelt Billy had gotten Cam.
Yeah, that's another thing why Florida was probably hesitant to make a change at the end of the year, because the way the signing day is in December and the way the transfer portal is, it could have been a complete disaster if they were to can Sunbelt Billy, and hypothetically speaking, if Ole Miss would have got a 12-team playoff spot and they tried to hire Kiffin, they said that would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Because the way the transfer portal, somebody explained the way the transfer portal worked and the way the signing day did. Lane Kiffin could have got the job at Florida after the playoffs, and there wouldn't have hardly been nobody on the roster left.
Right.
Well, you're seeing a lot in basketball too. I was watching some of the Tennessee basketball game today, and they were playing UT Martin. UT Martin had like their best season ever last year, and they had 100% roster turnover.
Wow.
Like the entire and I know it's a smaller session with basketball, but they had no returning players.
They get beat by like 60 points.
They did get beat by 60 points. And I'm not saying they would have done any better, but they had a much better team last year, and this year they're the shits. And I think that's what's going to happen with a lot of teams on the football front. I mean, the idea of having depth at your skill positions is laughable, I think,
Right.
in the future.
Right. And do you think in the future that with this NIL deal there'll be contracts? Because I think a lot of boosters and a lot of money people are going to be skeptical to go out and give a couple of $1 million to a kid that
Yeah.
might not be there next year. You know,
Yeah.
it may become like the NFL where if you go out and give Florida gives Lagway $4 or $5 million in NIL deal, he has to sign a contract that he's at least going to stay there 2 years.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. All right, guys, I got to move on because I got a lot of folks waiting. But as always, I appreciate all of you guys.
I just want to say this: Go
Go ahead.
Gators, fuck FSU, and fuck South Carolina.
And
All right,
I,
Octavian,
and
do not go and get the shit kicked out of you by a bunch of damn fake ass
Hold
Seminole
on,
fans.
respectfully, sir. We're going to absolutely donkey kick FSU this weekend, man.
They
I don't
might have,
understand it.
but I'm just saying there's a lot of pain down there right now, and if you're down there running your mouth like you do here, you may end up with, somebody might try to throw hands with you. We just want to make sure you can come back on.
Listen, sir, respectfully, sir. Gator Nation will be in full force in Tallahassee, sir. Respectfully.
Okay, well, good.
I'm not worried about a damn bunch of losers. I'm not worried about those.
He's
Big
right.
Big Barney Ross says it best. Don't get outside your tether. That's all I'm saying to you, sir.
I got a few things I want to say before I go.
All right.
Well, first of all, I forgot to mention this, but prayers and thoughts go out to Big Vol Daddy's family. Pray for them during this time, and just want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And good night. God bless.
Thank
Good
you.
night, sir. Thank you. Have a nice evening. All right, there you go. Peckerhead joins the show. Hello, Peckerhead.
There we go.
I see. I got after you so bad. We didn't even get a rundown today, man.
That's because I was working today, sir.
I was sitting there refreshing. I was there at 3:00. It's like, man, Rob's going to do a rundown. He said he was going to do one every day this week.
Yeah, I've done a show every day this week. I have.
That's fair. That is fair. As you can see,
I love that picture.
The last time we were in Death Valley, this is what the camera showed. I think we're going to see a little bit more than that, but
I love the picture of crying girl.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean that's almost as good as the picture of lonely.
Hey!
Oh goodness, lonely dude in the upper deck crying.
Mm.
What, wasn't that a Clemson-Carolina game too?
You talking about the one where he takes his hat and slams it down?
Mm-hmm, the white kid.
That actually was at. I think that actually was at Georgia Tech.
There was one with Clemson. I think it was after Clemson. He might have been reading a book. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just checked out of the
Justin's comment to the bookcase of accountability where he told Chris to go fuck himself. Very good.
You might find a profile picture of. Is that a fucking modem? What the hell is that?
I think that's a CB.
I don't know. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Not based off of his comments.
I mean,
Yeah.
look who
Billy Cole.
here.
Listen, Billy Cole. I'm Billy Cole's favorite person to talk about. He talks about me more than he talks about
you guys are dumb and dumber.
He literally talks about me more than he talks about Tennessee.
Let's talk about that orange, stupid-looking hat on your head.
Billy's just waiting for that Jell-O to firm up.
It'd be nice to Billy.
Rob has that SEC bias. That reminds me of Jackson Dart when he was crying, and I sent the picture to Carolina Jackpot or whatever in the coach's lap or whatever. I feel like that's going to be Cade come Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, I've already told Rob I think Cade's going to run into some serious trouble this week.
Oh, them DNs are going to tear his ass up.
And you haven't played anybody, and who you did play blew you out. And you've struggled against. I mean, you say Pitt's a better team, but they've lost every single game since then. You struggled versus them.
You hyped them up too much.
Lost versus Louisville. What did you say?
Pitt has a better coach than you have.
Then why does Beamer have a better recruiting class than you?
Pitt has a better coach than you have.
And you know that's what Clemson depends on because they might actually get the transfer
Clemson.
portal.
You saw in the.
Tell me about the conference championship games that Shane Beamer's been to as a head coach.
Okay.
We don't get the benefit of playing high school teams.
Do you have one? Do you have one or not?
We don't get the benefit of playing high school teams in our conference.
The problem is that
will you highlight that comment that I just pinned up, Rob?
Which one is that, sir?
The best team in your conference, South Carolina, has more ACC titles than.
Which one is it?
Let that sink in.
And how long ago was that? How long ago was that?
Shit. What was it, 69?
Something like that.
The best team in your conference, South Carolina, has more ACC titles than. Don't talk to me about fucking schedules. You get a red carpet to the playoffs, and somehow every year you find a way to fuck it up.
You find a way to fuck it up. I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm just letting them talk. I'm trying to get what Jackpot's got together. Nothing that they're saying is viable. They're
to you is not.
Don't start playing Minesweeper.
I'm not playing Minesweeper. I'm just letting them talk. I'm trying to find the comment that you're talking about, Jackpot. Nothing that they're saying is relevant. I'm just going to let them sit here and scissor each other.
Let's break it down to kindergarten terms for them. Rob, you're not going to win Saturday. I'm sorry. Nope. I wish the best.
I'm not sorry.
Same thing we hear every year. You're not going to win Saturday. At least Jackpot will come back with, it was nothing that you did. It was what we didn't do. That's
Rob, what do you think you're going to do that's going to win this ball game?
Hold on. We're going to hear about the injuries.
He's not going to kick Gatorade coolers.
We're going to hear about
he's just going to take some high school transfers from Daniel. I'll take the coach that kicks water coolers any day versus the guy who has 14 recruits.
I'm leaving Billy's
half of them are
comment
from Daniel.
It's true. You've never won anything, and all you want to do is talk shit to Clemson. You've won 1 out of the last 9 games. You're not relevant, sir.
And when Vandy kicks Tennessee's ass this week, they're going to be thrown out the playoffs too.
That could happen.
I mean,
Tennessee man doesn't want to.
Oh Lord, you want to talk about a meltdown? If that happens,
if that happens, Billy, I'll just hope you come in and eat your crow. All right.
Well, I hope you guys have your Etsy site up and rolling, because if you guys go in there and pull off the upset, I mean, we know you're going to make Christmas ornaments. You guys got to make that money to make sure that old Drewski over here can have some power later on. You'll sell them. We beat Clemson. We'll sell those ornaments.
That's Tennessee looking to pay their next quarterback because Nico didn't work out. All right, that's not us.
Tennessee selling their NIL selling like those Lays, like Hawaiian Lays or whatever, flowers that hang on their head.
Rob, your fucking NIL sells blue cheese and potato chips.
What's wrong? You're an agriculture school, you
blue fucking cheese.
Justin says Clemson has 3 national championships. That's correct. 18 ACC championships. That's correct. 17 bowl championships. Okay, that's correct. 1,900 all-time wins.
No.
Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
What did you do? Multiply your wins times like 3? It's not possible. I don't think you play that many games.
Probably not. I don't think fucking. Who was the first team? Harvard.
Clemson won 1,900 games, y'all.
Yeah, that's just a visit. That's the Justin guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
But I will say,
the shoe fits. That's all I'm gonna say. The shoe fits.
We have had a lot of people downgrade. Look, everybody thought Nick Harbaugh was going to come in as a freshman and just boom away. Right? We're finally seeing some results. All right?
Yeah,
are we not? Good. Are we not finally seeing some results?
He's look good. He's look good.
I mean, I'm not.
I think Nick Harbaugh though. I think he should have been a 4-star.
I agree.
I think he should have been a 4-star. He's playing like a good 4-star right now. He still hasn't lived up to the 5-star bill, but he's definitely come on these past few weeks. And I mean Delvon Campbell as well.
They got to find a way to get him the ball in space more.
Clemson's won 804 games according to.
How many have they even played?
They played what? Let's see here, 812.
Well, shit, who was the football team first, Carolina or Clemson?
I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Rob,
know Carolina was started first as university.
Rob Bias. So I think this is correct. I was looking at it
Colin
today.
Peckerhead, he answers to that.
No.
So hold on. I did go on and say Sellers would have a better stats than Nico. If you look right now,
Yeah,
yes,
you
he
also
fumbles
said,
more.
hold on. You also said he
That's
would have
not-
better stats than Klubnik. You want to look at those stats? Or we're just going to just lean back on, but he didn't play right there.
how many games was he hurt in this
Well,
year? Though?
that's valid.
Hold on.
Sellers did miss a couple games, to be fair.
How many games was he out?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
That's not my problem. Your fucking offensive line can't
He
keep him
missed the
healthy.
game. Sellers wasn't playing Virginia and Wake
Keep him
Forest.
healthy. That's not my problem.
And the
When
teams
Stone
that he was
Suggs is
playing.
slow and you can't make good play calls.
Sellers is better
That's not my
than
problem.
your quarterback. Don't cry. It's
Sellers-
okay.
Sellers is better than Cade.
He is
Well,
better
that's
than
just
Cade.
different.
He's better
Well,
than
Sellers is
Nico.
better than Cade.
Actually, I
See,
think
here's
he's
the
a
thing.
top
Let
20th
me
national
throw out-
ranked
this-
quarterback
This is how dumb you guys are.
and top third
Nick,
in the
will you
SEC.
Shut up and let me finish my goddamn comment.
All
He
right,
could
I'll
go
let you
out on
finish.
Saturday and fucking throw for 18 touchdowns, run for 7,000 yards in one game, and y'all still be like, Sellers is better. Sellers is better. It's just not even worth arguing.
How many
with you
years
two.
has your quarterback been there? Is this the 6th or 8th year?
This is his third year.
It's his third year. See, you're so ignorant. You can't even have a logical conversation with you.
The thing is, Rob,
Just ask a question, sir.
It was being
Ask
sarcastic.
him whether he's been there 6 or 8 years. Who in the fuck stays for 8 fucking years?
Cam Ward.
He just asked how many years he'd been there. He didn't say that.
That's exactly what. Hell, you've been there 6 or 8 years. Jackpot, don't come at me with that bullshit, dude. You're
But
fucking too intelligent for that. Do not let these fucking low-hanging fruit motherfuckers weigh you down, sir. Don't do that.
Rob, you say that, but you had nothing to say on the rundown when I called you out. All you had was a
About what?
Taylor. What?
About what? About what?
Osprey.
Screen thing? It's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. There's no sense in even talking to you.
No,
The
you brought up a
NCAA did
Taylor
their
Lewin story
investigation.
2
No,
years before, and you
the
call me low
NCAA
hanging
did
fruit.
their investigation.
Listen,
they
Chris,
found
we
nothing.
were talking about the Osterine. There hasn't been a college
fucking
football player
go
test
on.
positive since Clemson. And he brings up a
Lawnmower
story,
Man says
he
if
brings
you
up a
know
story
the
from
sta-
2 years earlier and says, "Oh, look at this," but I'm low hanging fruit. Make
You
that
are
make
low-hanging fruit. This is your whole argument. Osterine, New Spring, Dabo this. You don't have
Oh,
anything
yeah, that's all I
valid
said.
Hold on.
that you can come with it.
That's
You
all
know,
I said.
all-
Maybe if your university taught me better, I could make a better argument. I don't know.
I can't help
Maybe
but you
Clemson's
sit
a
there and
dump.
got an
Hey, Rob,
education and now you have to go
Let's think
hang
about
out in
this.
the fucking ghetto and support a team. That's
We
not
go
my
from
problem.
5-7 to potentially 9. Well, I see 9-3. It's going to happen, but
They-
we'll go with 8-3.
Rob's
Talk
gonna
about
cry
a
in the
turnaround.
shower on Sunday.
Talk about a
What kind of
turnaround.
turnaround do you want to talk about? This has a Will Muschamp like turnaround. The year he won 9 games and it was a fluke.
No, it
It's-
doesn't. Beamer,
No.
every
Yeah,
year
that's
apart from last
retarded.
year, has overperformed. And I told y'all the same shit last year. The team was riddled with injuries. I told both of y'all. Beamer has overperformed every year apart from last year. And you're seeing the same thing this year.
You know what? We should
Everybody
call you
sleeps
Baby
on Beamer
Combat. You know what?
until he
That's what
bites
we'll
him
call
in the ass.
We'll
And
call
that's
you
what's going to
Baby
happen to
Combat
you.
because you're going to end up on this damn train forever, just like he was on the Muschamp train. So let's call you Baby
Just
Combat.
face it. You're not going to the playoffs. We are. Just face it.
Where are you
It's
ranked?
gonna
You
happen.
on this rankings? I can't remember. Where are you at?
It's upsetting to Rob that these people are starting to buy what Shane Beamer's selling. They're picking up what he's putting down.
Yeah.
That's the same way with Muschamp too. That's why y'all paid him a lot of money to
Look,
stay
we
there.
are the next Alabama, all right?
Fine. He didn't even put money on the bedside after he got done fucking your face. He just left. He used you like a whore and then went somewhere else and coached. It's the same thing Shane Beamer's going to do. He's going to be running special teams for Georgia in 3 seasons.
Nah,
Probably what's going to happen.
I don't think so. He'll probably be in the SEC championship next year. But
He won't be there.
We'll wait for that to happen, all right? We'll wait for that to happen.
Maybe.
Your best coach took you to the SEC championship game, and he came up short. So
But you're playing in the ACC. All right. I'm sorry. You're a little weak. It's
Lawnmower
okay.
Man in the comment section says if you know the state, the Midlands is the dump. and the upstate is the best place in the state. I don't know that I agree with that. He says, and the fastest growing in the country. That I agree with. I feel it every damn day. It's just more and more moving here every damn day.
Someone who lives in the upstate,
fucking
it is not
annoying.
Nice. The upstate is a fucking dump. You can't go down 3 streets without seeing just a pile of garbage. The upstate is not nice, sir.
Well, you can't go down 3 streets without seeing a damn Connecticut tag.
That too. I saw a fucking Montana, I think it was Montana. It's like, what the hell are you doing moving here?
Why would you move here from that? That's a nice place. Well, they probably don't have a lot of job opportunities in Montana. I mean, unless you're if you want to be a rancher or something. I mean,
yeah, Lexington is nice.
They probably got a lot of those out there. So
Irmo's nice, Chapin's nice. I mean, Lake Murray is way better than that fucking bathwater dump of a lake you got in the upstate. You're liable to step into a needle going swimming in Hartwell.
Filthy.
It's a dump.
It's filthy.
And it runs right up to that terrible university. The runoff.
Well, what do you think makes it filthy?
They got all that manure runoff from that.
I just love when people that don't know anything say stupid shit.
The largest gay bar there is
built on top of a fucking city, right? There's fucking all kinds of buildings under Lake Murray and cemeteries and all kind of shit. But go ahead and keep.
There's a whole fucking town underneath Lake Hartwell because they flooded when they built it.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing.
Mister, I know my upstate history.
Yeah, right?
You do.
He pulled your card again, Rob. See, everybody this week has been pulling your card.
Well,
all right, you say something and you get
Saturday because after Saturday's game and Clemson wins like we normally do, then the only one that'll be here will be Jackpot. The rest of y'all will be like, God damn it, wait till basketball, or we did beat them in women's hoops. And by the way, I watched your basketball team tonight. We're gonna kick the fucking shit out of y'all in a couple of days.
You're not gonna kick the shit out of
that fucking caveman PJ Hall anymore.
You're not going to kick the shit
Then
out of
we're gonna retire your baseball coach, that fucking old fuck that you hired. We're gonna retire him too.
Chase Hope.
Season of
Chase Hope over in the comment section. I don't know if this is a guy or a girl. Looks female. But anyway, says that we're ganging up on Rob. It's 3-on-1.
I'm not scared of these motherfuckers.
Says the game chickens are the best team ever because they are in the SEC. Y'all talking about the upstate and Columbia ain't nothing but a parking lot. Hashtag pavement. Well.
Holy
Listen, shit. Rob needs to. We're not ganging up on him. This is really a therapy session. This is an intervention. You need to accept the reality that you're getting your ass kicked on Saturday, Rob.
Yeah, if we get our ass kicked on Saturday, I'll be here on Sunday regardless.
And you saying that implying that I don't call in every time we lose.
But I do.
Right.
Chris says I'm nervous. What do I have to be nervous about? A crying bitch coach?
Hey, let's get that Chris part right. It wasn't this Chris, all right? I don't want to take all the blame. I might be the drunk asshole, but I'm not
Chris
that guy, all right?
This is Chris C.
We should draw a line down your head to look like a butt.
A butt?
Yeah.
Okay, you got jokes. Hey, look, we can all come to the realization that this is a big game coming up.
Answer an dazed and confused question. Is Beamer a top 10 coach?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. How are you not going to say that he is after going 5-7 and turning the team around to be 9-3? Because we know
you think he's a top 10
with a freshman quarterback.
With a freshman quarterback
in the country.
What
he's top 10 coach in the country.
Look, you have so much hate for Beamer.
That yet. I'd say he's top 15.
Look, we don't like Dabo.
I'd say he's top
15. Because Dabo don't use the damn
Dabo ain't even a top 10 coach in the country. What the hell are you talking about?
That's why we hate him.
There are 3 coaches with national titles right now.
Oh, no. God. We're going to go back to this 19.
Ed Orgeron has a national title, and he's sitting in a bar somewhere in New Orleans.
Is he coaching right now? No.
I know he's sitting in a bar in New Orleans. It means nothing.
Last
That's my
minute,
point.
Clemson's lost to South Carolina. That's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's probably still trying. I bet he could still pull his card with some LSU women. I bet he's still trying.
That guy's just. I mean, he's just pounding.
Go Tigers!
Look,
How you doing, honey? Can I buy you a drink? You want an amaretto sour, honey?
When you pull a 5-7 team to an 8-3, that's going to be 9-3. We all know it's going to happen. Let's just sit here and realize that. Yeah. You deserve a reward. You turned the SEC team around.
You deserve a reward.
Awesome.
SEC Coach of the Year.
This is the same shit they said about Muschamp wins the game against Michigan, and we have contract.
Let's be honest. Who's Michigan right now? Who are they?
Well, they just won the national title last year, so.
Hey, y'all want to hear something funny? Y'all want to hear something funny?
They lost their coach.
Oh, hold it. Y'all want to hear something funny? Y'all remember? Y'all know Bryce Underwood decommitted to Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Guess who his high school coach is?
It's Connor Stallions.
Connor fucking Stallions. He strikes again. This man cannot be stopped.
That dude's off the fucking chain.
I'm telling you, he's the most loyal Michigan guy I've ever seen in my life. This dude will ride or die for Michigan. He went out and got a head coaching job in high school just to flip a damn recruit.
Hold on. What about, so who are all the wide receivers that we're expecting to get this year? I know Malik Clark flipped. Who else? It was somebody else. I forgot.
For Carolina? Yeah, we got Malik Clark. We got Brian Rowe, I believe is his name.
Lex Cyrus.
We got a really good. We have the best wide receiver class of any team in the country.
And Lex Cyrus from James Franklin.
Hey,
and that's with Mike Fury. If I remember Rob saying we were going to regret losing Justin Stett. I don't regret it right now.
Yeah, Illinois' passing attack is just burning up the damn AstroTurf. I heard they're going to have to rip it up and replace it.
All wide receivers have been good this year. Mazio Bennett has made a good impact as a freshman.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're seeing people pop up. I mean, it hasn't been one guy being a bell cow wide receiver. You're getting a variety.
You got a bunch of guys that got like 300 yards. Jared Brown's been pretty good. He's gotten banged up a lot, though.
I think Simon's our leading receiver right now. He's been real good.
Does Ashford have one more year?
Who?
No, Ashford. Unless he has a COVID year.
Who?
Robbie Ashford.
Robbie.
No,
I thought he had one more year.
He's a good backup. He's a really good backup.
No, that's the best backup.
I feel safe with him as our backup. Which Rob? When Cade gets sacked about 6 times and it's time to turn the game back up, do you trust him to pull off a game?
I'm not answering questions about things that aren't going to happen, sir. If you have a valid question,
it's going to happen.
Okay, well,
I will give you actually a valid question.
We can talk about things that are going to happen, like, I don't know. You could have Rocket Sanders get 22 carries for 60 yards, which has happened this season.
It's going to be 800.
Well, that was right.
Look, hold on. Who was it that got 300 yards? Was it the Citadel that got 280 yards on you rushing?
Surely not, right? Seven carries for 70 yards.
But the Citadel's a running team, so it doesn't count. Doesn't count. Old Walt on his show up here in the upstate today said that if Clemson doesn't put another linebacker in there and run with 3 linebackers, then South Carolina will run for 400 yards on them.
I think so.
I know you got Sammy Brown and Barrett Carter. Who else you got at linebacker though?
Well, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Y'all run a 4-3 though, right?
Sometimes we run mixes of stuff, but
you got a good third linebacker.
Yeah.
Woodass. Mm-hmm. Well, y'all don't have really anybody at secondary this year, right?
Who's the kid that plays in the secondary for us? We lost Mkwamba or whatever his is. All right, whoever's got the bell's got to stop because there really is.
Somebody sent me a text message.
Oh, it's for jackpot. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Angle's bracelet. Listen, Billy Cole likes to gossip. Perhaps he's just like a 16-year-old girl.
The kid from Malden High is a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Who's that?
But
What's his name? Jaden Lucas?
how many old linemen do y'all have out right now?
I think we
Now,
got
from what I understand, they're only going to be missing one starter on Saturday, but I mean, that unit's still beat up.
Is Brenningstool out? I saw he was hurt. He's y'all's best pass catcher. What'd you say?
Antonio Williams is our best pass catcher.
What do you think about BMO's comment?
Butterfinger Williams.
Shit. What do you
I
think
just
about
told
Beamer?
you, as far as total receptions, he's our best receiver.
What do you think about Beamer's comment on injuries? Oh, Dabo said they're day to day, so we're day to day too.
I mean, that's typical Beamer.
Typical Beamer. Listen, Beamer is going to check your fucking team on Saturday. You're going to have to eat your words. And if we lose, I'm going to come in and eat my words.
I'm
But
gonna
you
come
better
in.
do the same.
Me too.
Same shit I hear every fucking
I did hear him make a dumb comment. He did make a dumb comment in the press conference
He always
yesterday,
does.
which I mean, the sky is going to be blue most of the time, right? I mean, he's going to say something dumb, but he's talking about the college football playoff, and he liked it, but he didn't like the way it was set up. He said because he's like, I like for guys to be able to go to a bowl game, you know, not really a bowl game. And like, dude, if you make the damn 12-team college football fucking playoff,
you're better than the bowl game.
Going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I mean,
yes, I agree.
I don't really get that.
You can't put it past him and say something stupid. We all know he's going to, but
yeah.
If I was to choose Beamer over Dabo, I'm choosing Beamer. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel.
Oh, well, your coach has 14 recruits right now in a worse class.
Okay.
You're sitting right next to Rutgers, I'm pretty sure.
You're going to have to go to the transfer portal. I mean, there's no other way.
No, they ain't going to the transfer portal.
There's no other way.
We're talking about, for which class are we talking about? The 2026 class?
No, 2025. 2025.
Your next year.
Because you've got 14 recruits, Rob. How many seniors do y'all have? I know you're losing your running back.
You don't follow what Clemson does with recruiting, so it's kind of hard to explain it to you.
Real question, how many seniors do y'all have? How many people are y'all going to lose?
Oh, God, I have to look.
It's a lot, right? I know you're losing Barrett Carter, Maffa. I think you're losing Brenningstool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Surely they're losing Brenningstool sample. He's been there for a while.
He's been there for a while, yeah. You probably I could go down the list, but I think you've got a big list of seniors, and it doesn't. If you don't attack the portal, I don't see how you're going to.
I don't see how you're even going to manage.
You think Samantha Brown will hit the transfer portal or anybody like that? I think they're safe.
Well, and that's the thing. You got to factor in at least one of your starters is probably going to leave.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's happened every transfer portal cycle. You're probably going to lose one and maybe some depth. So I don't know. You say you'll be all right. I just don't see it.
I don't see it.
Because you know he's gonna stand on, he's gonna die on that transfer portal hill. That's Dabo Swinney.
Well, that's what he chooses to do, and if that's what he wants to do, he'll do it. What do you want me to say on that?
But you can speak out against it.
I have, but you dumb fucks don't listen. I said point blank, he needs to figure out a way to implement transfers.
Well,
I will tell you this. And I talked about this.
You just said we don't understand the recruiting.
I talked about this in my video today. If he loses this game Saturday, and I firmly believe that he will. I think he's going to change. I think he's going to change on the transfer portal thing. I think you'll see some starts come in.
I didn't even hear you say that part.
No, I did. I think so too.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. Dabo's a stubborn motherfucker, man. He's a stubborn.
golly. I mean, you know.
Do we really think a loss to South Carolina is going to be the kick in the ass he needs?
Well, it wasn't last time, but this time, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Because even what was it?
Which he wasn't last time when he lost to us 2 years ago. He wasn't really catching a lot of flack for not taking people in the portal yet, because that really hadn't. I mean, it was a thing, but it wasn't what it is now.
Look, that was one of the most boringest Clemson South Carolina games I've watched. I'm sorry, I had to say last year was pretty disastrous.
Last year,
yeah, it was awful. Unless you like watching Frosty Tips, 50-yard fucking field goals like it's a job.
Well, and I think we block a field goal this week. The trend's going to continue.
I
If
hope so.
anybody's going to block a field goal, it's going to be Shane Beamer. He's the best
wanna
special
see it.
teams mind in college football right now.
I
Well,
want to see Dylan Stewart
hear Rob
break
tell
Connor.
it. They do it fairly regularly.
I want to see
Hey,
Kennard
6
break
blocks.
Connor's
Yes,
record.
What'd you
I
say,
need to see
Chris?
Kennard. I need to see
Kennard.
Kennard get that sack record.
He's
I need
2
to see it.
sacks from the record.
I know. I need to see it.
I think he'll get at least one.
Yeah.
He'll probably break it in the bowl game if he doesn't get multiple. I don't think this game's going to be a game where South
He's
Carolina.
not going to play in the bowl game, so
Oh, he'll play. I don't think this will be a game where South Carolina will put up like
this will
8
probably
sacks.
be the last time you'll see Kennard and Stewart play together.
Well, this will be the last time you see soft hands Maffa. Maybe you'll have a running back who won't fumble the fucking ball every time he runs the ball.
Your quarterback
So that's
fumbles the ball
good, I
like a
guess.
punt every game, so don't start with me about
Nah,
that.
he's shit.
That's all we hear, but most of the time
Quarterback
he
leads the
gets it
country in
back.
fumbles. Go fuck yourself.
You went from ETN
He
to
actually
Phil
he's
Maffa.
tied with the lead for fumbles with a bunch of other players too.
Still number one.
The other players up on that list are like Will Howard from Ohio State. You know, I mean, shitty quarterbacks like that.
Still leads the country in fumbles.
Hey, does Phil
Maybe
Maffa
that's
suck?
a good judge when you be able to hold on the ball.
I just hope y'all score a touchdown on offense.
Well, they didn't last year.
Yeah,
He
I was
didn't
going.
do that.
I was going back and forth. I think it was yesterday. I was watching Pigskin Pete's date or his midday show or whatever, and I made the observation on there that I didn't know if Clemson could score 15. To which what's the name of the Miami fan? Old Slim Shady Canes said, "You know, Jackpot. Every time I start to think you know something about football, you make a dumb statement like that." I'm like, well, what's the dumb statement? They scored 2 more than that last year, and really, they really scored 10.
That's the same thing.
Let's
Yeah,
not
all
forget
these
to
people-
mention
Yeah.
that beat up old line that we had last year that we don't have.
Exactly. Nobody wants to talk about
We
that.
don't want to talk about that, and that's okay. Now Clemson's going to talk about that because I've already heard about the injuries on O line and the
No,
injuries.
they're too deep.
I don't know. I think Too Deep kind of went away. Too Deep went away when the transfer portal started being a thing.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
people
don't
like
hear
to,
anything about Too Deep anymore. It's like it's not a thing.
No. And the thing is, you know what's crazy? I don't even see people wearing Clemson. Oh, believe it or not, actually one person I did see wearing Clemson gear. I think, Rob, you'll know him. I ran into an old Clemson running back. I think his name was like Brandon Merriweather, something along those lines. Does that sound
You
familiar?
mean Reggie Merriweather?
It could have been Reggie, but it was like an old running back.
Reggie Merriweather played there.
I remember a Merriweather.
And he was talking to somebody at the gas station.
Reggie Merriweather. That was the Reggie Merriweather like ran up and down the field on y'all, and we beat you 29-7, and then your fucking thugs started a fight. And we beat
I think it was Reggie Merriweather. It was Reggie Merriweather. And you know what I did? I walked up to him and I said, "What are you doing in that ugly ass Clemson garb?" And I told the person he was talking to he needs to find better fucking company. All right.
Well, he needs to find better clothes. It sounds like
He was wearing a Clemson jumpsuit. Full on. Look, shameful.
Look,
at the QT.
Let's be happy.
like a
that
male
Clemson-
cheerleader.
Clemson discovered something. All right, they discovered
He
a
was
rock,
cool,
and
dude,
they
though.
still
I'll be
rub it
honest,
to
he was
this
nice.
day.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said they discovered a rock, and they still rub it to this day. So
Who even found that fucking rock?
sit on that rock.
Well, did
Right,
they?
Howard.
Do y'all remember all the fucking fuss they caused, saying, "Oh, you dirty Gamecocks tearing up our rock," just to find out it was a Clemson fan?
Don't rush
People
the
forget
field.
I
about
remember that. I wonder whatever happened to that kid.
Yeah, well, whatever happened to that half of the rock? Rob might know. Did real talk? Why didn't they ever try and glue that shit back together?
I don't know.
Is it still
at
missing
one
that
point in
chunk?
time, about a year or so ago, I'd said I wanted to try to find that kid and see if we could interview him here on the podcast, but no luck. And then
I remember when you wanted to do that.
Oh, that'd be funny.
well, I mean, seriously, I mean, he's not in jail anymore, So, I'd like to find him, what happened, man? I mean, why?
Yeah, why the hell? Yeah. Well, and listen, for all the hate Beamer gets, at least he won't.
Probably working at a damn Jiffy Lube somewhere.
Well, yeah, probably, or Walmart. Pushing cart. But for all the hate Shane Beamer gets, let's not forget he's not the one who refuses to take public comment, who's scared of his own fan base giving him any criticism.
And we have a real mascot.
Yeah, we don't have a mascot
on his radio show either.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Dabo's such a great coach. He can't even face his
that's
own
what
fans.
that's how much he appreciates those fans.
That's what I'm saying.
Cancel this call-in show because he doesn't want to hear from them.
It's shameful. But Beamer, he kicks a water cooler and he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
Your coach won't even face his own fan base, sir.
He kicks a water cooler. He kicks a water cooler. Let's crucify him.
Right.
This dipstick doesn't want to even communicate with the fans, and let's go build a fucking statue.
Give me more Dabo. Give me more Dabo. He's
like Mississippi State, more cowbell and more Dabo.
2 natties. What's your coach done? But he won't even take a call in from his own fans. It's disgusting.
Won't speak to the fan base. What's wrong with y'all?
I'm telling you, Tyler from Spartanburg is rolling in his grave seeing this team right now. He would have called in and reamed Dabo. But guess what? He doesn't have the opportunity anymore.
It's time to retire, Dabo. It's time to retire.
Dabo's – I know you haven't been speaking, but I do want to ask a real question, Rob. All the shit talk aside. How long do you think Dabo actually wants to coach college football right now? Do you think he wants to? I think he's already packing it up. I don't know what you think. It just doesn't. What I'm getting is late year Spurrier vibes. He's given up on recruiting. He's focusing on what won him games early on, and that's exactly what Spurrier did.
And it's not working.
It's not.
Billy says police pulled Chris C over today and asked if you got any ID. Chris C replied, "About what?"
That's really not that funny.
Billy's
Did you laugh?
Fire.
Did you laugh? Rob has SEC bias.
Billy Cole loves to gossip.
He won't join the call. Why won't he join the call?
Billy,
rank his high sellers.
Move on from all this
SEC.
stuff. We got to look at the Friday games that we're not gonna have in the picks. So, but you guys, you got 90 more seconds of your glory here because the build up.
Yeah, let him go first. I'll take my 90 after.
By the time halftime gets here,
I'll let Chris get his first 90. I'll take mine.
Preston's gonna get dragged.
You both get 90 seconds from right fucking now. Go.
Clemson's gonna get dragged. Rob, I think it'd be awesome, Rob Sanders, if you and Carolina Jackpot did a show together on the Clemson game. I think that'd be awesome.
Well, that would be awesome, but I have a real job, so.
When'd you get one?
Real job because Jackpot's doing his real job with the live stream. We both have real jobs and can't work together that day.
I'm sorry. All right.
See us together.
You know Rob has SEC bias.
Hey, one thing, Rob, I keep forgetting you told me a while back. If you could post in the chat the iHeart station, I do want to hear your post-game coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Whoop that ass.
Please post it.
Cool. We'll do that.
But real talk, if you could do that, I would love to hear that. I tried to find it a couple weeks ago. I couldn't find it. But yeah, let me know about that.
The radio stuff I do comes from an unbiased lens.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. What station is it? Because I did want to actually hear you earlier.
It's WVOC in Columbia.
WVOC. Let me write that down before I
Yep.
forget. Okay, I got that. Now let me get my ending. All right. Clemson, you fucking suck. Okay. Dabo, your team's falling apart as we see it. You're going to lose all these seniors. You got 14 recruits to back them up, and God knows you're not going to take a transfer. South Carolina's going to whoop that ass. Shane Beamer might fucking butt scooch like a dog right there on your paw, all right? Because that's the kind of guy he is. Shane Beamer, he's the GOAT. Kale, can't wait to see y'all at the live show. Rob, can't wait to see y'all at the live show. Go Gamecocks and support those damn kids, all right?
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
All right, now Billy. Now he's not going to be here to run his dick sucker. You can actually come on and get your little piece in here.
There's
The
nothing to
fucking-
say. You can't
the
follow up
rejects
these
are dumb
two.
and dumber on here.
This is, yeah. I mean, this is what, like I said last week, gives South Carolina fans, these two get everybody's hopes up and everything, and then the bottom falls out, and now we're back to firing Beamer and stuff. I mean, they've actually I'm an SEC homer when it comes to SEC teams, but I'll tell you something, damn it, they've almost drove me to supporting Clemson. These two are unbelievable. Talking about recruiting, if you go look at 24/7, 25 rankings, South Carolina's 24 and Clemson is 27th.
So we're out recruiting them.
Oh, you are. You're out recruiting them.
I just love the people that think that Clemson's going to finish 27th.
Well, yeah.
They flipped the kid from Coastal Carolina yesterday.
To think we're going to finish 27th is just laughing.
Hashtag winning.
And the teams that are up there high, they're going to fall. Like I think Tennessee's like 6th or 7th. They'll back up after it all washes out.
The dummies now, I can tell you, we don't oversign. We sign about 18 to 20 kids every season. We generally get one surprise every draft, I call it draft class, but every recruiting class. Guys like
surprise and what they're worth of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they generally we get one surprise either a couple days before or right there at it. What is it, Justin? What's the kid that was? He signed with us over Alabama on signing day, and then went and caught the touchdown and just dicked Alabama in the playoffs. It's not Justin Moore.
Justin Ross.
Justin Ross. Yeah, thank you, Jackpot.
Tennessee's about to lose
team
to Ohio State. Yeah. I think he's up there and visited. Whatever. It's just one person. Bye.
Fine. I'm not worried about
somebody else. There's talking balls and all these guys are over here. Who cares if he goes to Ohio State? Who cares if he flips? Bye.
What did the softened balls do now?
They're on top of this lineman, this 5-star. What's his name? Sanders.
David Sanders.
Yeah, that committed to Tennessee. Now he's visiting Ohio State. Who cares? That is bye.
Hey, let me a real thing here. If a guy if a guy goes somewhere else and doesn't want to be at your school, I don't want him there anyway.
Exactly.
Fuck him.
Exactly.
Fuck him.
He's a lineman. Linemen are dime a dozen. Bye.
Well, I mean, the way he talked when he committed back there right before the season started, it sounded like he was all in for Tennessee, like that was the place for him. Then he thanked his grandma.
Oh yeah, he wrote all those letters.
He thanked his barber. He thanked his neighbor. He thanked his neighbor's brother.
Yeah.
This commitment ceremony lasted fucking 20 minutes. Say I'm going to Tennessee.
Let him go to Ohio State.
But now he's going and visiting there. He's sniffing around trying to get that bag.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Dabo Cutting. If you commit to Clemson and he finds out you went to visit another school, doesn't he, Rob? He cut you. Bye. Yep. Bye. That's what I say. Bye.
And that's the thing. Like, simpletons will be like, and they rip Dabo Sweeney for that. No. Getting an offer from Clemson is an important thing. And if you're going to take that offer and say that you're going to commit, just the idea of, hey, we expect you to actually try to be a man and live up to your fucking expectations of what you put out there. If you don't want to do that, if you want to go be a bitch, go be a bitch somewhere else. You're not a bitch here.
He's a 17, 18-year-old kid like
the bitches down there. You can be a bitch
like chasing the money. Bye.
So
bye. Let me address something over here with Dumb and Dumber. Yes, he got $8 million. He was those
bitches lead the nation in sacks and shit this year. Yeah. So
Nico was the number one high school quarterback. Yeah, he paid $8 million. South Carolina didn't even recruit him. Why didn't they recruit him, Dumb and Dumber? Because you ain't got $8 million to pay somebody. So, and if he's bad right now. He is bad. Nico is bad, but guess who he's ahead of in QBR rating?
I didn't know that South Carolina. I didn't know that they recruited Sammy Brown, but according to Shane Beamer, they did. He was talking about Clemson's different players. He said, "You got Sammy Brown." He's like, "We recruited the heck out of him."
Well, you can go on 247 and you can look. They'll show you the first 5 or 6 teams they looked at, but
I
down there
know.
in small print, you can click on other schools.
I know.
showing
I just
interest.
thought I just thought somebody as important as him, I would remember it. But
Yeah, so
No.
yeah, and the other thing you don't realize is when you're recruiting, you recruit your needs. Tennessee's not going to recruit a quarterback in the next probably 3 years. They got a 4-star sitting on the bench. They got a 5-star, the number one Livonius or whatever coming in at 26. They're not going to recruit no quarterback.
yeah, but you gotta have a safety valve there too in case something happens. I mean, South Carolina had a couple of backup quarterbacks transfer out this past cycle, and then so they had to go get Robbie Ashford and this Davis Bevel guy because they didn't have anybody else to back up with Norris.
Yeah,
it can happen.
Well, that's true, and as we talked before, this
imagine having to look at every position like that. That'd be tough.
Gaston Moore, the backup for Tennessee, has been with Heupel for 5 years. Ever since he's been at UCF, he can get us up and down the field. I mean,
I was looking at who offered.
Josh Heupel's just carrying that kid around everywhere.
He's probably going to be a graduate
that extra
assistant.
50 pounds.
So
Yeah.
Sammy Brown was offered by Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, Colorado, Florida State. I mean, pretty much everybody. I'm looking down to see who
Is South Carolina in there?
That's what I'm looking for right now.
Beamer said they recruited him.
Beamer said that they recruited him and they offered him. So, yep, there's that. He was offered by pretty much. I mean, pick your school.
Sure.
So
but what surprises me is, and I was talking to, I think y'all back in the spring, is when I started noticing that, South Carolina's O-line stuff and started looking at O-line that was committing, and I'm looking, where's South Carolina in this deal and stuff. So, but who knows? There's a lot that goes into vetting a kid. Any coach that's worth his pound of salt will call the coach. Is this kid coachable? Call the counselor. Does he come to class? Does he got the grades? Who took his ACT test? Did he take his ACT test?
I don't think the counselor is keeping attendance.
Huh?
Before we
aren't keeping attendance, are they?
Well, they can find out. It's all computerized now. Does he come to school?
Call really? They use computers in school. Thank you for that.
Billy remembers when they used chalkboards at school.
Yeah, everything's computerized. Everything's computerized. You can pull it. Yeah, he's been kicked out of school 3 times.
I'm gonna walk into the live show.
I thought I still wrote it on a tablet.
No.
I'm gonna walk into the live show on Friday, and Billy's son's gonna come up and kick me in the nuts. That was for my pop. He told me to tell you stop making fun of him being fucking old.
Oh, I'll tell you real quick. When I was teaching and coaching about 5 years after I retired, you'd go into a conference, and now everything's computerized. You can pull up their disciplinary record from kindergarten all the way up through 7th, 8th grade. You just sit down with the parent. Now, tell me about your son. He's been kicked out of school 3 times.
Yeah.
And he's a delinquent, and he's an idiot, and he's holding my class up. Now tell me what you want me to do.
All right, Jackpot, before we get out of here.
Eastbound dog. Eat it, buddy.
Eastbound dog says
Eastbound dog.
Typical jackass Tennessee fan.
Eastbound dog.
Can we look at these
games? Over 48 years, Maddie. Eastbound dog.
We haven't looked at
Georgia
games. We
dumbass.
haven't talked about any games.
I bet you didn't even get a Hope scholarship. Eastbound dog. Did you get a Hope scholarship? Bet you didn't.
Okay.
Bet you didn't.
Billy, I was trying to involve you with what we're doing here, Billy.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got a bunch of games that are on Friday that are not in our pick, and I want to run through these really quick.
Okay.
First of all, Thanksgiving Day, Memphis plays Tulane. Couple of 9-2 teams here, Jackpot. Tulane's 13.5-point favorite. It's at Tulane. What do you think, Jack?
I have no idea.
They've been hammering some teams lately. I mean, I would probably lean their way. You think Memphis wants to travel to play a game on Thanksgiving? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how motivated they are. You know, Mario Anderson has about 1,200 yards rushing for them.
Yeah, look, all jokes aside, the fact that he left, and I'm not taking shit from Rocket Sanders, but I thought Anderson was a pretty good running back. You know, I really did.
He was. They didn't have anybody blocking for him.
Well, that's true, but I can't wait. The kid from South Carolina State, man, I've heard if he gets to the point where he can pick up the blocking scheme, I think he's going to be really good for y'all next year if he stays.
He looked good Saturday. I mean, granted, wasn't very good competition, but
anyway, we got Oregon State and Boise State. Boise State's a 19-point favorite. Okay. I'm trying to find the good games. You got Colorado and Oklahoma State. Man, Oklahoma State's a shithole.
they have fallen apart. Do you think they might fire the mullet?
I don't think so. I think he's got a year.
No, they were really bad. Did they not go to the championship for their conference last year against Texas?
Yeah, they did. And now it's like they're the shits. They have like the second worst passing defense in the country.
What happened to Ollie Gordon?
He's on a milk carton.
He's not. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, he's terrible. 186 carries, 870 yards. He's just been average.
How much?
870 yards on 186 carries. He's average.
Well, that's not. I mean, damn.
Average compared to what he was is what I meant, Jackpot.
Yeah.
Colorado, I think, is going to blow them out. Wisconsin and Minnesota. Ugh. God, that game is going to be cold as fuck up there, too. 23 degrees, Jackpot.
Oh, you're not.
What's that game at? Wisconsin?
In Madison.
Honey,
would you go to a football game with me in 23-degree weather? Yeah, her words exactly were, fuck no.
I lived in North Dakota. I've seen 60 below.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Mine not.
She says she won't do shit with me in 23-degree weather. Holy shit. Miami of Ohio and Bowling Green. I don't think anybody cares. Navy and East Carolina. East Carolina's rebounded a little bit since their coach got fired.
Yeah, they're 7-4, and they announced that the interim coach is not going to be the interim; he's going to be the coach.
No problem with that. They're pretty solid. That's a good game with Navy there. East Carolina.
I think they might win that. You know, I think I might lean ECU there.
ECU's got like one of the top 15 pass defenses in the country. They're about one cornerback's going to be a first round draft pick. Let's see here. Oh, the Egg Bowl, Jackpot. Take a guess on the line for the Egg Bowl.
What's 26?
Okay, 26 points.
I'd go with that.
Would you take?
Yeah,
Ole Miss?
I think Mississippi State covers that. I mean, with Ole Miss, Ole Miss is going to win, but do they win by margin? What's the motivation?
I want to make the airplane.
Fair enough. Egg Bowl, though. Hopefully nobody pisses on something like they did. Liberty and Sam Houston.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's a battle for Conference USA there. Liberty's a 2.5-point favorite.
I thought you was doing our Callaway pick'ems.
No, these
honestly, I would probably lean Sam Houston. Liberty's, despite the fact they could win their conference, Liberty's been, I think, really underwhelming from what they thought they were going to be.
I'm ashamed of the fact that we archived this show because I talked about how good Jamie Chadwell is. He is turning into a punk. He just whines and bitches, and it's just like. So, yeah, there's that. All right, look, the games that I guess somewhat matter. Georgia Tech and Georgia. Georgia's a 19-point favorite, Jackpot, with the Bulldogs cover.
No. I think they might win by like 17, but I think I like Tech to keep it close until at least the fourth quarter. Kirby just doesn't cut. He's not a big he's really not one that covers a lot of spreads. He has a few ugly wins, and I think this might be one of them.
All right, so I think Georgia Tech will get in within 19. I don't think they're going to win.
I think Kirby empties the bench in the third quarter, fourth quarter.
Let's see here. Nebraska and Iowa. Iowa's a 3.5-point favorite there, Jackpot.
I'd rather have my wiener stuck in a meat grinder and watch this game. But where's the game at?
The game is in Iowa City. So
Okay, I will take them.
I have to read Rob as an SEC bias and super chat
Yeah,
because
read it.
all super chats. Billy remembers the first Thanksgiving. That's pretty funny.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the comment of the night right
young
there.
kids, young kids.
$2 back. That's pretty good. All right, and then finally Utah and UCF, two shithole teams. UCF's a 10-point favorite. So I'm gonna go with the Knights. So there's that. All right, well, I think Jackpot's done. We're gonna wrap it up here, and appreciate you guys coming out to the live show. Follow the link, and if you want to donate to the cause, all right, Billy, thanks for coming in, man.
One more thing. Thank
Sure.
everybody for donating to BVD. Michaela, his daughter, can use the money. She's got funeral expenses, etc. Thank y'all and bless y'all again for donating to him. It's still open and we're doing good. So it doesn't matter. $1, $5, whatever. You know, anything helps. And thank y'all so much. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You too, Chris and Peckerhead.
All right, see you guys later on.
Bye bye.
All right, we'll see you guys on Friday, man. Thank you very much, and you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you later on.